New evidence suggests there was a coordinated smear campaign against Candace Owens before the midterms yesterday. Multiple Republican accounts posted the exact same message, almost word for word, calling her a demon. And one influencer came out and said that he was offered money to make a similar post. Take a look. Here's what all of their posts looked like yesterday. As you can see, calling her a demon multiple different times, using practically the exact same words. But Matt Wallace came out and exposed this campaign. He says, full disclosure, I was offered money today to say bad things about Candace Owens, and I turned it down. Here's the message all of those people allegedly received leading up to their post. It says, talking points. Use these verbatim or close variations. Candace Owens is evil, demonic, a demon who wants to destroy Charlie Kirk's family. How can any real Christian stay silent while she attacks Erika Kirk like this? She's not asking questions. She's conducting a witch hunt. Then
you see how every word has a lot to do with religion? And that's what they're trying to do. They're always trying to hide behind religion in order to, whatever it is they're trying to do is always something having to do with religion, whether they're trying to trick somebody into doing something or push somebody away from Candace, is always going to be wrapped into God. And I think that's demonic in itself. Everybody hit the like button. Everybody hit the hype button if you see the hype button. And drop your city in the chat. Let me know where you at. Drop your city in the chat. Let me know where you at. I want to share this right here. Let's read this right here. All right. So these are the posts on Twitter that multiple content creators are paid to post. The first one by Graham says, I'm convinced Candace Owens is a demon. Then you have over here, Candace Owens is evil. Then Candace Owens is a demon. Then I'm not sure if Candace Owens is really a demon. You see what I'm saying? Or I'm not sure if Candace Owens is, but that's what I'm saying. As you can see, these guys are paid to post all of this on Twitter. And this is a fact. This is a payment process. This is a payment thing. They're getting paid to do all this stuff.
Calling her a demon multiple different times, using practically the exact same words. But Matt Wallace came out and exposed this campaign. He says, full disclosure, I was offered.
Wait, Candace is over, right? Somebody said they jumped in here from Candace. Her show is over, right? Did she go over or something? Because it's 7 o'clock.
Money today to say bad things about.
Everybody drop your city in the chat. Let me know where you at. Drop your city in the chat. Let me know you at. What's up, October 3 on 074? I ain't seen you in a minute.
Candace Owens, and I turned it down. Here's the message all of those people allegedly received leading up to their post. It says, talking points. Use these verbatim or close variations. Candace Owens is evil, demonic, a demon who wants to destroy Charlie Kirk's family. How can any real Christian stay silent while she attacks Erika Kirk like this? She's not asking questions. She's conducting a witch hunt. Then it provides instructions on how to boost each other's posts. It says, if you have reach, tag big accounts like Cat Turd or Gunther Eagleman. Then at the bottom, this is really disgusting. It says, this coordinated push against her has worked before. If you're in, reply with N and we'll loop you into the next update. For Charlie, for Erika, for the kids, for what's left of decency on our side. I have to wonder how often this happens and who exactly is funding it, because every single day I see those exact same Republican accounts posting propaganda that's almost identical.
And it's interesting to me to note that Tyler Robinson is not subjected to even a fraction of the public scrutiny, even though all of the evidence, literally all of the evidence, points to him. There is no evidence connecting Erika to the crime.
Really?
All of it. All of the evidence,
no evidence?
We do have, every bit of it connects Tyler Robinson to it. And yet, for some reason, he's not the subject of public scorn.
I think attacking Erika Kirk is an abomination. The woman lost her husband, and I have an opinion on it. And that's okay. You can have an opinion on it, too. However, you saw this come out yesterday from a Simon Goddick, which is an obvious scam account. These are people who are paid to call Candace Owens evil or a demon. Whatever you think.
So stop right there.
And understand how fake new media.
So we'll get back to that. But this is a better explanation of how these people are getting paid.
For those of you that are just waking up, it's really important to understand how the fake new media, right? You are the new media. We're MAGA. We're the new MAGA media. how all of these influencers are all getting paid via these different platforms that pay content creators and put up bounties for specific keywords or topics. So for example, if you talk about the Trump assassination, or you talk about Charlie Kirk's shooter being trans, and you all put out the same keywords in your title, and then once you create that post, you add your link to these platforms, and then you get paid a percentage of that bounty. Let me show you how this works. Okay, so the first thing I want to do is I just want to go over to Grok, and I said, what websites pay influencers for clipping and posting content? Platforms that pay influencers for clipping and posting content are, and it says Whoop Content, Bix, Starlit Clips, and Clips. And now there's probably a ton of others, but so I set up and I went and got into Starlit Clips. So what happens when you go over to Starlit Clips? So check this out. So this is in their Discord.
So it's Starlit Clips. So you can actually look this stuff up. So just in case anybody watching is just like, man, nobody's paying people to do all this stuff. Starlit Clips. These are, they call them clippers. WAP. That's another website. You can go on the actual website and look up certain things, and they'll give you, there's like campaigns on there, and you could just go on there and they'll just pay you money to like just go off on Candace. It's crazy.
Basically post here.
Yes, the blank blanks are working overtime to shut people up. Yes.
They show you, okay, if you post on TikTok, we're paying $30 for 100,000 views. We're paying for Reels on Instagram, I believe $30 for 100,000 views. Shorts, we're paying $30 for 100,000 views. And Twitter and X, we're paying $15 per 100,000 views.
So Zen says she went on WAP. So go on WAP. So Zen, did you see Candace Owens' name on there when you went on WAP? See, what I'm trying to show y'all is what's going on in real life. Because some people may say this is an AI, this is made up, this is whatever. I want y'all to actually, and I bit my tongue. So right here, I really bit my tongue. So I might sound crazy or I might be slurring my words. I'm okay. When I say I bit my tongue, I bit my tongue. My tongue was bleeding and everything. So I bit my tongue. So I don't know how it just happened. So if I'm sounding crazy, it's because I bit the hell out of my tongue, and I'm literally in pain right now as I'm doing this show. It hurts. Like I was spitting out blood and everything. It was bad. Because you know how sometimes you'll bite your lip, bite your tongue or whatever. I bit the shit out of my tongue where I was like spitting out blood. So I'm not in pain anymore, but it's affecting the way I speak. So yeah, it hurts. So everybody go on WAP. It's WHOP and go look. I'm telling you now, this is a real thing. How they'll pay you to go crazy on Candace.
Clips. So what happens when you go over to Starlit Clips? So check this out. So this is in their Discord. So they basically post here and they show you, okay, if you post on TikTok, we're paying $30 for 100,000 views. We're paying for Reels on Instagram, I believe $30 for 100,000 views. Shorts, we're paying $30 for 100,000 views. And Twitter and X, we're paying $15 per 100,000 views.
Wait, somebody says, see what happens when you attack Candace? I'm not attacking Candace. I'm reporting them attacking Candace. What are you talking about? You trying to say I bit my lip because I'm attacking Candace? What are you talking about? I bit my lip because I'm defending Candace. What are you talking about? Everybody drop I stand with Candace in the chat. We stand for Candace. We stand with Candace over here.
Okay, now it's funded or clip for Vardan. So here's the Vardan. Post Vardan's clips everywhere. So basically this guy creates a video, and if you take his video and you cut clips from his video or his podcast or whatever the case may be, and then you submit your links, every time your link gets 100,000 views, there's a total bounty. And I don't know if where the bounty is. We'll have to look into it a little bit. But basically, if there was like, say this would be like a $5,000 bounty. So they're going to pay up to $5,000 for the first person that actually submits and gets X amount of views for every 100,000. So if you got a video that got like, let's say 50 million views and you use one of his clips and you submitted it, you might be able to drain that entire bounty before anybody else even gets their clip submitted. And there's tons of these different websites out there. Like I said, I've showed you just a few. Now, another one is a different style, which is Bix. So you go into Bix and you basically,
everybody say I stand with Candace in the chat. Everybody say I stand with Candace in the chat. And don't forget to hit the like button. Some of y'all have not hit the like button yet. It's cool. Make sure to hit the like button. I know y'all just came on in here, but make sure to hit the like button as you come in and say I stand with Candace in the chat.
Add a service. Like I'm willing to create content on politics for whatever. And then brands or PACs could actually come over here and go, boom, we want to automatically choose your service. So you say, boom, here's $1,000 to make a tweet on whatever, right? So you could put up a service is I post tweets on X, you know, for $100 a tweet, and they could go, boom, they could send you the information, they would pay you for the gig, they would tell you what you post it, and you would post it, and once you post it, you submit the link, and then these platforms act like an aggregator, or these websites act like an escrow account, right? Like so when you're doing a real estate deal and you're closing on your house and it's transferring the deed from one person.
Isn't this sad, y'all? Grown ass men are going to these clippers to actually just go off on Candace so they can get paid. Grown ass men.
Name to the X, your money basically goes in escrow, so it's in limbo there. So neither party controls it. The banks actually control it, and when you sign the documents or you pay the loan, then it transfers ownership, right? So this is the same thing. There's a bounty, there's a reward that's put up, and then that reward is already in a third party. So once you submit your link, and if your link meets all the criteria, keywords, blah 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 blah, as soon as that gets 100,000 views, you're instantly getting paid. Boom, 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 boom. And that's how you see all the fake MAGA media, all using the same exact talking points, saying the same exact script. It's not because they're getting views and they're getting paid on X for their views, guys. Come on. Are you really going to kill your timeline and put out some stupid shit that you don't even care to report on?
Right. Are you going to kill your timeline by putting out stupid shit that nobody's going to report on? Exactly. I'm not going down my timeline just saying Candace is a demon. Candace is a demon. Candace is a demon. Candace is this. Like, why? Even if I hated Candace, I wouldn't just fill my timeline up with some mess like that. It's just
put
stupid.
It out for fun because you want to help the Trump administration. You're an independent journalist. Of course you're not. You're only going to report on things if you think they're valuable or you're getting paid for it. Okay, so now let's do this. Let's show you guys how much money and how easy it is to clean up on shit like this and how much these dudes actually make. So it's $30,000 or it's $30 for 100,000 views. Okay, let's go here. Charlie Kirk assassinated by a leftist trans activist. This is Benny Johnson. 2.5 million views. So 2.5 million divided by 100,000 is 25. 25 times 30 is what? $750 just for one post. So if somebody put up a bounty for anybody that was talking about the activist being a trans shooter, okay, and you're getting paid roughly $30 for 100,000 views, you're literally going to make $750. Benny Johnson off that one post would have. Now, I'm not saying he did. I'm not saying that was one. I'm just giving you an example of how much money these influencers could be making if there's bounties on shit like.
You said her show just ended? Candace stayed on longer than an hour? That's what's going on? So Candace stayed on longer than usual, I guess. Okay. I tried to wait until Candace came off. Yeah, these $7,000 scumbags. It's crazy. But yeah, shout out to Candace. I thought Candace ended her show at like 6:30 because she started at 5:30. So I was like, I'm gonna go live at 7 to make sure she's off, you know. Shout out to her. Oh, you came on late. Okay, gotcha. Okay, just making sure. But everybody hit up. Well, let me play the song because somebody was like, play the song.
Everybody hit the like button. Everybody hit the like button. Everybody hit the like button.
All right, I'll play the whole song in a little bit.
Like this. And some of the times when you see all of a sudden the MAGA media, all of them echoing the exact same talking points, word for word. How many times have you seen the screenshots of MAGA? And there's like 20 different people that are all saying literally almost the exact same thing identically. Like word for word. It's almost like it's scripted, right? Are we really buying that this trans shooter bullshit? Why isn't Benny Johnson? Why isn't Tim Pool? Why aren't any of these people talking about the fact that most likely this was a professional hit job carried out by Israel? Everybody's silent on it except for Candace Owens.
Somebody said she changed the time and it was still late. I'd be late too. I ain't gonna lie. I'd be late too. So it is what it is.
Owens and Ian Carroll and the OGs. So I want to explain how the pay-to-play game works here in the influencer world, especially in the digital age.
All right, so this goes a little deeper. And this guy, his name is Ryan Mata, M-A-T-A. Ryan Mata. He's a pretty good content creator.
And they have these things which are called clipping sites. So a clipping site will basically, and I'm going to give you the rundown because I kind of made a slide to actually break it down. But these sites out there, some are anybody can join, and then some are invite only. So this is how the PACs use, and they basically hide behind these sites, and they use these sites to directly pay influencers to do work on behalf of a political opponent without actually having to report it. So this is how they're like adding that middleman in the barrier and why it's so hard to determine who's paying who and how they're getting paid. So let me explain this to you. This little slide, right? So let's just say they have a bounty, and let's just say I want to put out I want to put a $50,000 bounty out, and I'm willing to pay $10 per 100,000 views. Now you don't have to get 100,000 views to earn $10. You could get 10,000 views and you could earn $1, right? Because all the accounts are different, and you want as many accounts as humanly possible, basically competing to earn their share of the 50,000. So along with the bounty,
so there's an overall like share of 50,000, so everybody can get a piece of the 50,000. Depends on you know, how much interaction your actual post gets.
this is the actual job itself, will have requirements. So the requirements for this specific job that I just made up.
Hold on one second. You have a pick for me. What's your email? My email is, what's a good email? What email should I give you? Try book mrletgo@gmail.com. Book mrletgo@gmail.com. Book mrletgo@gmail.com. Book MRLETGO at I got so many damn emails at gmail.com.
Would be a 39 to 90 second video attacking Candace Owens. The keywords that you need to put in the actual title of the post: Candace Owens lied about Erika Kirk. Now I could go on and say Candace Owens is crazy and she lied about Erika Kirk. I don't have to put keyword word for word, but those specific keywords have to be used for my tweet to actually be eligible to earn a percentage of this bounty, right?
See, I'm not even on Twitter like that. I try to get on Twitter, but I just think Twitter is just stupid as I don't know what. I try my best. Like, put a one in the chat if y'all are on Twitter. I try my best to get on Twitter, but Twitter is just, to me, Twitter's like going to the hood, and I live in the suburbs. I don't know. I don't know. I just go on Twitter and just get up out of there. Twitter, to me, is just disgusting. I don't know. Twitter's just like going to the projects or something. It's disgusting. But I try to go on Twitter, but I'm never going to do no mess like this because I think Twitter is disgusting.
And then the platforms that I need to post it on can be X, IG, TikTok, YouTube. Now, if I post the same video and I post it on X and IG, I'm going to get 2 links, right? So each one of those videos is going to be earning its portion. It's not combined. It'll be on each. So if you post to IG, TikTok, YouTube, and on each platform you get 1 million views, or let's just say each platform you get 100,000 views, then you'd earn $40, $10 per 100,000 views, okay? And then, so what does that get? Like, why are people incentivized to do that? So let me just break this down. If you put up $50,000 bounty and you're paying $10, right, per 100,000 views, you could 10 divided by 50,000 is 5,000.
So it's 2 different ways of getting paid.
5,000 times 100,000 gives you 500 million views total. Now, if nobody earns that, that bounty will stay open. So sometimes you'll see like a job, it'll say bounty slash, 25,000 remaining, or.
Oh, so some of y'all think Twitter is ghetto also? So it's not just me? So put a 1 in the chat if you think Twitter is the projects. Put a 1 in the chat if y'all think going to Twitter is like going to somebody's like projects or bad neighborhood.
4,000 remaining, or whatever the amount of remaining money is. And the job, I didn't put the date up there, but let's just say that was posted a month ago. That might be an old job, but something might start trending or going viral. Like Candace might put out a new video, and you go back in there like, oh shit, nobody's actually competing for that. Oh, I'm gonna take a stab at it, and I'm gonna try to earn my percentage of that bounty. And so what it looks like is basically you have your bounty, which is the job, attack Candace Owens. You submit your link here, and then once you submit your link there, it'll attach it to basically like your profile, and you'll have like a scrolling percentage counter. So it might be like every, like the minimum might be 1,000 views. So every 1,000 views you earn 10 cents or whatever the equation is, right? And then you won't see it, but there's just like everybody, like this person, let's just say they put out 50,000 views, they get $5, 100,000 views, get $10, $5, $10, 10 million views, get you $1,000, 100K views.
10 million views will give you $1,000. If I got 10 million views and I only got $1,000, I would be pissed. But it is what it. 10 million? Are you crazy?
20 million views get you $2,000, and then you just basically will have a running total on that bounty. It'll say like 39,000 left, 10,000 left, $5,000 left, and then once it runs out, you're done. right? So once the bounty bottoms out, like, so that's why, you know, if you're doing this, you probably, like, if there's only like $1,000 remaining of that bounty, you might not want to create a video, because if your video gets 1 million views, you're only going to earn, you know, you still, so, okay, so yeah, so like you put out a video, gets 10 million views, and there's only $1,000 left in that bounty, you're only going to get paid for the first, you know, 1 million views, because once that caps out, you're done. There's no additional payouts after the bounty ends. So it's
What's up, Allie? Yeah, Allie's in the chat.
first come, first serve. And that's how these sites work. And I made a video that actually, so if you just search on Grok.
All right, so let's get back into these dudes that are getting paid to shit on Candace.
He's not the subject of public scorn.
I think attacking Erika Kirk.
All right, so let's back it up a little bit.
Loop you into the next update. For Charlie, for Erika, for the kids, for what's left of decency on our side. I have to wonder how often this happens, and who exactly is funding it, because every single day, I see those exact same Republican accounts posting propaganda that's almost identical.
And it's interesting to me to note that Tyler Robinson is not subjected to even a fraction of the public scrutiny, even though all of the evidence.
Really?
Literally all of the evidence.
All of the evidence go to Tyler Robinson. I don't know any evidence that goes to Tyler Robinson.
Points to him. There is no evidence connecting Erika to the crime.
Oh, really?
All of it. All of
All
the
of
evidence we do have, every bit of it
it.
connects Tyler Robinson to it. And yet, for some reason, he's not the subject of public scorn.
So just listening to this idiot, you don't sit back and say, yo, you have to be getting paid to say this dumb shit. Because no, like, person that has in their right mind, no, just like, it's not even about him being 50, because if you're 20, you'll still be able to see the same thing. If you've been following this, you'll be able to easily see everything. Anybody with any level of comprehension, especially somebody older, would easily be able to see that, yo, something is wrong. So for this dude to sit here and say this young man, this 22-year-old boy, maybe 25, however old he is, this 22-year-old boy or 20-some-year-old boy is about to go to prison for the rest of his life for a crime that he didn't commit, and your old ass is okay with that? Do you realize that no matter who they are, but if a spouse gets murdered, the first suspect is their spouse? If I was married and I got murdered, my wife would be the primary suspect. If I was married and my wife got murdered, I would be the primary suspect. So by default, Erika Kirk would be the prime suspect. But was she ever brought in for questioning? Absolutely not. Never has she been brought in for questioning. Her bringing in for questioning has literally just simply been podcasts. She has never been brought in for questioning unless a podcast is being brought in for questioning. So this old ass dude, Matt Walsh, that seems like a very, guy, he seems like he has common sense. For him to say something like this, something as idiotic as this, shows you he is getting paid to say this. Let's do this, because some of y'all may not know who Matt Walsh really is. Who does Matt Walsh work for? Matt Walsh. Who does Matt Walsh work for? Does anybody know? I'll give y'all a second. Who does Matt Walsh work for? He works for Ben Shapiro and the Daily Wire. So he is one of the enemies. He works for IHOP, just so you know. So there is a 1,000% fact that he is lying and he is getting paid to lie. Nobody his age, and I'm not even saying his age, but You can't be this old and be this dumb, is what I'm saying.
I think attacking Erika Kirk is an abomination. The woman lost her husband.
Another old, dumb dude. These dudes are too old to be this dumb.
And I have an opinion on it. And that's okay. You can have an opinion on it too. However, you saw this come out yesterday from a Simon Goddick, which is an obvious scam account.
So this is Dan Bongino. And let's look at this right here. Okay. So this right here is a list of content creators. You see the username, the timestamp, verified wording. Think about that. Verified wording and key excerpt. And then the notes and memo. Okay. So you have these different people. You got Graham Allen. We've heard of him. Jordan Wells, Gunther Eagleman. So you can read all of this, and then you have the dates, because the timestamp is important. You know, you have to send it out by a certain date, and this is what they are instructing people to do or say. Candace Owens is pure evil. She's a demon straight from the bowels of hell. Demonic attack, evil. This evil. You'll get paid a bunch of money if you call Candace Owens evil. Everyone is always something about, because you got to remember, they are always going to wrap religion, the church, or God, or the devil, or demons into virtually everything that they say, because this is how they operate. They look to use script, anywhere from the Bible, just some type of script, or from somebody else's Bible, in order to like emotionally bring you in. So you're an abomination. You're not with God. Like you're the devil. They use these words or these phrases in order to emotionally trigger you. They're using Candace Owens, the devil. Because the thing about it is, you can easily say Candace Owens is overplaying her cards. Candace Owens is too extra. Candace Owens is wrong. You can easily say that, right? But they don't want to say that. It has to have something to do with religion, God or the devil. She's not godly, or she's the devil. Why can't you just say this bitch, this dumb bitch? Why can't they just say that? Because that's not the script. That is not the script. The script is something having to do with ungodliness. All right, let's say this is straight up evil. Everyone, you demonic scum. See, everything got something to do with a demon. You demonic scum, clout chasing demon. Candace Owens is an evil woman. Candace Owens is cruel. Oh, now she's cruel. She's cruel and evil. These are the word tracks that they are paying influencers to say. And then the last column is strong early match tagged in original memo, which means once you put out your little lying ass post, you got to tag somebody so somebody will be able to see it. Heaviest pusher. Heaviest pusher sounds like a drug dealer. That's crazy. Or a fat drug dealer. Heaviest pusher is crazy. Heaviest pusher. Memo told followers to boost him. Direct. Pure evil. Make sure to say pure evil. Make sure to say ungodly. Near verbatim memo phrasing. Tagged him in memo. This one is, this is straight up evil, pure evil, demonic, satanic level attack. This one says it has to be a direct match. You literally have to say this specific thing in order to get this kind of money. Clout chasing demon. If you don't say clout chasing demon verbatim, we're not going to pay you. The next one says repeated evil framing. Yo, it says repeated evil framing. You must say evil 30 million times or we're not going to pay you. This is crazy. Repeated evil framing is nuts. All right, so let's keep going. This is sad. Grown ass men and women going through this, trying to get a check. Go sell some ass. Well, like what are we doing? Get on OnlyFans. Like, put your ass up in there and make some money. Like, what is you doing? What is this? This is sad, man. At least people on OnlyFans aren't calling people evil and demons. Go put your ass in the air and go on OnlyFans. You political pundits. Shit, this is crazy.
Now, these are people who are paid to call Candace Owens evil or a demon. Whatever you think of her, smearing someone for money is morally bankrupt, which is strange because the exact same message came out from a bunch of other people, which makes it appear that they were paid. And who's on there? Cat Turd, Graham Allen. Oh, look, Bongino report. Guys, who cashed that check? Jasmine, you're the business manager. Did you get a check from anyone? Are you sure? No one paid you to say that Candace Owens, you're sure of it? Jasmine is shaking her head.
Jasmine lying. Jasmine works for you, sir. What are you talking about? Go sell ass like an adult. Dan Bongino, why don't you just go sell ass and go over there? Shit, this is crazy.
He says he's waiting for his cut. He's like, how did you guys leave me out of this? Dana Lash, Laura Loomer, Steve Deschaux, Dave Rubin. Apparently we were all paid. And of course, this rocketed around the internet. You know, listen, I was paid in the past, Sean, for my opinion. I was paid in the past, Sean, for my opinion.
I want y'all to listen to this. He just sat here and said, I'm not getting paid for nothing. Who? Did you get a check? I'm not getting paid. Are you getting paid? I'm not getting paid. And then right here, a few moments later, got his ass. Listen.
That's clear. And one day I'll be back in that space. But that's not what I'm paid for now.
Now, you might have missed it because it happened so casually. But Dan Bongino, the deputy director of the FBI, just admitted he was paid to lie to you. Listen to what he says.
I was paid in the past, Sean, for my opinions. That's clear. And one day I'll be back in that space. But that's not what I'm paid for now.
I was paid.
What does that mean, y'all? What does it mean to say I was paid in the past for my opinion? Think about that wording. I was paid in the past for my opinion. When was he paid in the past for his opinion? Think about that. He's paid for his opinion. Real simple.
Paid in the past for my opinions. Not I was paid to analyze the news. Not I was paid to share my expertise as a former Secret Service agent. He was paid for his opinions. And what were those opinions? Well, for years, Bongino pushed conspiracy theories about the deep state, claimed the FBI was corrupt, promoted election fraud lies.
So Dan Bongino, in the past, he was paid to push conspiracy theories. But now he's paid to go against conspiracy theories. You see how that works? You can never trust a man that is all over the place. One day he's over here and the next day he's over here. Dan Bongino, you might as well say he is a prostitute. Oh, you going to pay me to be over here? Okay, I'll get paid to push conspiracy theories. Oh, you don't want me to do that anymore? Okay, I'll get paid to talk against conspiracy theories. He's a prostitute. Literally. You pay him, he'll do it.
Turn every news event into a partisan weapon. But now he's the deputy director of the FBI. And suddenly when Sean Hannity, his former colleague, tries to get him to speculate about conspiracy theories involving the January 6th pipe bomber, Bongino pumps the brakes. I'm paid to be your deputy director, and we base investigations on facts.
Real quick commercial break. We're right back.
Is sweeping the country, and it's a card game called Like Mother, Like Daughter. This game is powerful.
My favorite question was, if you could parent me all over again, what would you change? This card game has a mother deck and a daughter deck, so we both have questions for each other.
These are some good questions.
Do you think I'm a people pleaser? If so, where did I get this trait from?
This card game actually helped my marriage, and the questions showed me that I still had unresolved issues with my mom, and I was taking them out on my husband. If you don't do anything else, buy this card game. You won't regret it. Click the link below.
Like mother, like daughter, we are the same. You'll see when we play this game.
All right, y'all, make sure to get your mother-daughter card games. It's 2 decks in each card game deck. All right, so it's 2 card game decks in each box. 1 for your mother and 1 for the daughter. Make sure to get your mother-daughter card game. The mother-son card game will be out shortly. I'm working on that one next. So somebody said song time. Okay. Hey, somebody in the chat wants to hit a like button song. So I got to make sure they're happy. So let's take a second. Everybody stand up, get ready to dance, and let's do hit the like button song real quick, because somebody keeps saying, hit the like button song, hit the like button song. So we're going to play the hit the like button song, and we'll come right back. They want it, so I got to give it to them.
Everybody hit the like button.
Let's go!
Everybody hit the like button. 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 If you got something to say, drop it in the comments. Don't be acting afraid. What? Everybody hit the like button. Everybody hit the like button. If you got something to say, drop it in the comments. Don't be acting afraid. Drop your city in the chat. Let me know you at. Drop your city in the chat. Let me know you at. Drop your city in the chat. Let me know you at. Drop your city. Wet. Drop your city in the chat. What? Drop your city. What? Drop your city in the chat. Drop your city in the chat.
All right, somebody said the Scooby song. I'll play the Scooby song after the show. So I got you. And I miss playing the songs. So I'll get back to playing the songs.
Those opinions? Well, for years, Bongino deep state claimed the FBI was corrupt, promoted election fraud lies, and turned every news event into a partisan weapon. But now he's the deputy director of the FBI.
And the person sending me the emails, I don't know which email it is. I get a lot of emails, so you got to let me know which email, and because I'm doing a show right now, so I'll stop and look. But like, who's sending the email? What's the subject line? I could check it out.
Suddenly, when Sean Hannity, his former colleague, tries to get him to speculate about conspiracy theories involving the January 6th pipe bomber, Bongino pumps the brakes. I'm paid to be your deputy director, and we base investigations on facts. The thing he couldn't be bothered with when he was getting paid for opinions? Do you see what just happened here? Bongino admitted that his entire media career was performance. He was paid to say those things, not because they were true, but because that's what he was paid to do. And the most awkward part, Hannity is sitting there trying to pull him into that old game. Come on, suggest it's a cover-up, imply it's an inside job, give the audience what they want. But Bongino can't do that anymore. Not because he suddenly developed integrity, but because he's now part of the institution he spent years attacking. He's the establishment now. This is what happens when the conspiracy theorist becomes a bureaucrat. When the guy who made millions telling people not to trust the FBI becomes the FBI. And here's the thing that should concern everyone. Bongino just told you that conservative media personalities are paid to have opinions, not to investigate, not to report the facts,
but to give unwarranted opinions.
To have opinions that serve an agenda. Think about that the next time you're watching Fox News, Newsmax, or any other outlet where former officials turned pundits are telling you what to think. They're not informing you. They're performing for a paycheck. Bongino just admitted it on camera to Sean Hannity's face. The only question is, how many other people on your screen are doing the same thing?
The treatment of Erika Kirk should be very enlightening. On the left, on social media, she is reviled. They despise her. It's not even like, well, there's a couple of posts here and there of trolls. It's like no one will say anything in her defense. Nothing but seething contempt and mockery for this.
Because she's an idiot. That's why. Like, nobody likes Erika Kirk. So somebody said they sent me a picture. Is it a picture of Kanye West? Like, what is the picture? I'm trying to see what is the picture? I'm looking for the picture that y'all are sending me. You said you sent it to my ex. I don't see it.
Woman who has not done anything to any of these people. What has she done that anyone finds so offensive? She's more
killing her husband, or having something to do with killing her husband. Can we start with that? What do you mean, what has she done? What do you mean? Your husband dies and you're running around. Well, you know what? I got a video right here.
Refuse to let that happen. No one will ever forget my husband's name, and I will make sure of it.
A few moments later.
My husband's dead. Like, I'm not trying to be morbid, but he's dead.
This is what she
All
did.
of us will refuse to let that happen. No one will ever forget my husband's name, and I will make sure of it.
A few moments later.
My husband's dead. Like, I'm not trying to be morbid, but he's dead.
Is that enough? Is that not enough? That's what she's out here doing.
Her husband, and she's tried to carry on. Put it mildly, very difficult position. I'd only met Erika maybe once or twice prior to Charlie's death. After he was killed, of course, I reached out to her, and we spoke briefly on the phone. Again, I'm not going to go into detail about the content of a private conversation, except to say that Erika, who had just lost her husband in the most shocking way imaginable, spent most of our conversation trying to encourage me and tell me
to buy a Charlie Kirk t-shirt.
She's the grieving widow. And yet here she was on the phone, through her tears.
My husband's dead. Like, I'm not trying to be morbid, but he's dead.
Still trying to be gracious and encouraging to somebody else, some guy she barely knew. And it was clear to me then, and has become all the more clear to me since, as I've gotten to know her more, that this is somebody with an immense amount
of money.
I think we're at like over 200,000 for merch sales. Don't quote me on that because I think it just keeps like bumping up like crazy. But
when people look at Erika and say she's acting strange, I've never seen a grieving person act this way. Well, I agree.
We were able to pull off an event of a century.
She's an exceptional person in an extraordinary situation, handling it with remarkable poise and dignity.
As she laughs.
That is a virtue. And virtue is a strange thing in our day.
It's a virtue to sit around and tell everybody that works for you, look, my husband's dead. Like, stop whining. Stop crying. Let's get to work. Get to work. Get to work. Get to work. My husband's dead. Stop it. Get to work.
And even if she were not an impressive person, she would still be a grieving widow. She would still be my friend's wife. And I would still feel duty bound to support her, as I have over these past 3 months in ways both public and not. So
everybody drop in the chat the reason why we don't believe her. Everybody drop in the chat the reason why you don't believe her. Drop the reason why you don't believe her. Somebody says because of all of the pyrotechnics. Drop the reason why you don't believe her. Like everything you've seen, just drop one of the examples of why you don't believe Erika Kirk in the chat.
What I am asking everybody, including Candace, is to please leave this woman alone. For that reason, she must be the villain of the story rather than the victim. Now we're finding out
her behavior, her dry crying, her only doing this, but it's never this eye. It's always this eye. She's like, does water ever come out of this eye? Like, like, what is wrong with this woman? It's crazy.
That the internet is like the Matrix. It allows you to construct whatever reality you want for yourself. That's how the trans craze took hold.
That's what you're doing.
Every weird subreddit full of bizarre perverts living out their fetishes in the company of other perverts who share the same interests. And it's what conspiracy theorists do.
Exactly. 6 days later, concerned about the orders. 6 days later. Exactly.
Marinate in a selectively curated assortment of facts that stitch together whatever story they're telling themselves. The earth is flat. Sandy Hook was staged. Erika Kirk conspired with a half dozen.
Erika Kirk is a victim. You forgot about that one. Erika Kirk is a victim. Like, sir, what are you talking about? The earth is flat. Erika Kirk is a victim. It's the same thing.
Foreign intelligence agencies to murder her husband and frame a gay furry, etc. And this time around, the chief media personality promoting the alternative version of events is, of course,
50,000 hats. Ooh. But what about your husband? Who? Oh, my husband. Yeah. You're right. My husband's dead. Yeah. But the hats, though. The hats. Never seen anybody in my life excited about hats.
Candace Owens. Now, as you may remember, a couple of months ago, I laid out the reasons why, contrary to claims by Candace, it's clear that Tyler Robinson killed Charlie Kirk.
Start with Dan Bongino, because there have been a lot of people wondering where his voice has been throughout all the Epstein stuff, in particular, because back when he was a podcaster, he had a very big podcast, he made it a very big deal. He's like, we need the Epstein files. We have to release the Epstein files. A lot of people are circulating old clips of him and Kash Patel demanding that the files be released. And suddenly we get this, oh, never mind, whiplash. Nobody wants the files released. Everybody move on. And people are going, wait a minute, Dan Bongino, we trusted you. We listened to you. We listened to your podcast for years. Why aren't you speaking out? Suddenly he gets pulled in to become the deputy director of the FBI. And people are wondering if what happens when you join the deep state is that you become a part of its apparatus.
Yeah.
The Epstein fumble happens and people are waiting crickets. Suddenly, over the weekend, he rather mysteriously tweeted this. He tweeted, during my tenure here as the deputy director of the FBI, I have repeatedly relayed to you that things are happening that might not be immediately visible, but they are happening. The director and I are committed to stamping out public corruption and the political weaponization of both law enforcement and intelligence operations. It is a priority for us. But what I have learned in the course of our properly predicated and necessary investigations into these aforementioned matters has shocked me down to my core. We cannot run a republic like this. I'll never be the same after learning what I've learned. We are going to conduct these righteous and proper investigations by the book and in accordance with the law. We are going to get the answers that we all deserve. As with any investigation, I cannot predict where it will land, but I can promise you an honest and dignified effort at truth, not my truth or your truth, but the truth. God bless America and all those who defend her. Respectfully, Dan. So what is it that Dan Bongino has learned or Dan Bongino has seen as a part of his investigations that have shocked him to his core, that it's made him come out and say, I will never be the same again? Me and my team were debating it, different directions. They think maybe it has to do with his investigations pertaining into the Russian collusion hoax. There's some indication of that. He retweeted an article pertaining to the Russian collusion hoax shortly thereafter. 2016 intel report regarding the Kremlin preferring the GOP over Dems. And now it says, it's not the truth. But is that really going to shock him to his core? If you find out that the deep state lied about Russian collusion, which we already know, is that enough to make you go, I will never be the same after learning this? No, we know they lie. We know they lied about Hunter Biden's laptop, right? A bunch of them signed on and said, it's totally Russia. It's Russia's fault. It's always Russia's fault. Yeah, we get it. If all else fails, blame Russia.
And real quick, what did Candace talk about in her the show she did today? I was able to look at a little bit of it, but I was putting this show together. Let me know what did I miss in Candace's show today. I'm going to watch it, of course, after this, but what did I miss? Or is there anything you would like for me to discuss or look into? Because a lot of the things that she's talking about is some of the things that I've already talked about. So if y'all want me to go down a certain rabbit hole having to do with what Candace was saying, let me know in the chat. What was Candace talking about today in her podcast episode? I was able to just look at a little bit of it.
I am hoping that he's just going to come out and be like, hey, the world is run by sexual deviants. They're in our government, this government, everybody's government has got them. Because that's kind of what makes the most sense for me, especially in the context of everything that we're learning about Epstein and this huge cover-up, Ghislaine Maxwell, what's going on in France, Brigitte.
Oh, okay. So she was talking about her mother. Okay, cool. Okay.
Macron, Emmanuel suing Candace Owens because she's getting close to finding out what exactly.
Now, for months, Candace has stated otherwise. In October, she wrote this message on X, quote, with all we've crowdsourced, it looks like a decision to murder Charlie Kirk in Utah was made around July 18th. A military meeting with foreign leaders took place on July 20th on U.S. soil. The plane flew into Provo, direct from France on September 4th, and stayed until just after Charlie was assassinated, flying out to Wilmington on that day. The plane returned.
Don't say you missed nothing, like it was bad. Don't say that. Don't say that. We love Candace over here because not every show can be like, a Charlie Kirk memorial with pyrotechnics and everything. We're not Erika Kirk. Candace Owens is not Erika Kirk. I'm not Erika Kirk. So sometimes our shows are a little, okay. We're not Erika Kirk. We don't have all the pyrotechnics. You know what I'm saying? We don't come on our podcast with the shiny suits and all the sparkles and stuff. So I'm just saying.
To Egypt the following day on September 11th. Let her grieve. Let her pick up the pieces of her shattered life in whatever way she sees fit.
Last live show that he did, he was in his office on the Charlie Kirk show.
Check this
Framed
out,
on the
y'all.
bookshelf behind him is his wedding photo. Then on September 9th, a couple of very odd things happened.
And Alley Top Files actually is the first person that brought this up, and it went viral.
Not relating to Charlie, but relating to Charlie and Erika. Erika herself, in interviews after his death, explained that he ended up sleeping in their daughter's room. She herself being the one to tell him to go sleep in their daughter's room the night before he died. Her reason being because he wasn't sleeping well. Also sharing that her husband wasn't wearing his wedding ring, adding that he had to come back in the bedroom the next day into their bathroom to get his wedding ring. But then,
Yeah, he's talking about her shattered life. She just made $250 million. Let me ask y'all a question real quick. Talk about her shattered life. Leave her alone. If you were able to make $250 million in 5 months, would you be sad? Would you have a shattered life? I'm just saying, yes or no in the chat. If you were able to make $250 million in 5 months, you'll be okay, right? I'll definitely be okay. Definitely, I'll be okay. $250 million and it's tax-free? Oh my God. I forgot about that part. If you were able to make $250 million tax-free dollars in 5 months, I'll be okay. 1,000%. Say I'll be okay in the chat. I'll be all right. Try me. Give me $250 million, and I ain't gotta pay no damn taxes. Are you crazy? Are you crazy? What's up, Valerie? I ain't seen you in a minute. Shouldn't me $250 million?
insiders share that they had a priest come to their house the night before his death, not to pray over Charlie and the college debate he was attending the next day. He was there to pray over their marriage and Erika. We're talking the same night a priest showed up at their house to pray over their marriage. He also did not sleep in the bedroom with his wife and did not wear his wedding ring. But wait, there's more. Because the following day, September 10th, we all know what happened.
Exactly. She flies around in private jets everywhere she goes now. Like, I'll be okay. 1,000%.
Happened. After Charlie's death, we got Erika Kirk in mourning. But by this point, Erika had already told on herself and her marriage. She just didn't realize it. All thanks to this teary-eyed interview, September the 12th, 2 days after her husband's death, where she held her podcast inside of her husband's office, where she herself admits to not having been inside of his office for a very long time. What is very obviously missing in his office? Their framed wedding photo. Everything else is in its place.
Shout out to Allie. Allie is the one who put this out first.
But not that, and she doesn't even realize it because she's not the one who took it down. So who would take down the framed wedding photo of Charlie and Erika? That gorgeous reminder of their union. Easy. The last person to have access and who was in Charlie's office. Charlie himself. Which was why she had no idea just by filming in her husband's office that she was telling on herself, and whether Charlie did this intentionally or not tells us a whole lot more about the truth behind not just Erika and Charlie, but Erika herself.
So that's all I got. I wanted to make a quick show and get up out of here. I want to make my shows a little faster or a little, quicker. And yeah, I just wanted to share all of this with you. I got some more videos I want to do. See, normally I would have just added everything else I had to add and just added to this, but I'm going to do a separate live stream on the next thing. I'm going to talk about Hillary Clinton. And I got a couple other things to talk about. And of course, it's Friday, so I'm about to get out in the streets. So I want to play this before we go for anybody who missed it, because this is the most important part of all of this. So I'm going to play this part right here. Then I'm going to play the Scooby-Doo song.
New evidence suggests there was a coordinated smear.
So I'm just playing this for anybody who missed it in the beginning.
Campaign against Candace Owens.
Hold on.
New evidence suggests there was a coordinated smear campaign against Candace Owens before the midterms yesterday. Multiple Republican accounts posted the exact same message, almost word for word, calling her a demon, and one influencer came out and said that he was offered money to make a similar post. Take a look. Here's what all of their posts looked like yesterday. As you can see, calling her a demon multiple different
It's broccoli time. You already know it.
times, using practically the exact same words. But Matt Wallace came out and exposed this campaign. He says, full disclosure, I was offered money today to say bad things about Candace Owens, and I turned it down. Here's the message all of those people allegedly received leading up to their post. It says, talking point. Use these verbatim or close variations. Candace Owens is evil, demonic, a demon who wants to destroy Charlie Kirk's family. How can any real Christian stay silent while she attacks Erika Kirk like this? She's not asking questions. She's conducting a witch hunt. Then it provides instructions on how to boost each other's posts. It says if you have reach, tag big accounts like Cat Turd or Gunther Eagleman. Then at the bottom, this is really disgusting. It says this coordinated push against her has worked before. If you're in, reply with.
Did you say cat turd?
And it will loop you into the next update. For Charlie, for Erika, for the kids, for what's left of decency on our side. I have to wonder how often this happens, and who exactly is funding it, because every single day, I see those exact same Republican accounts posting propaganda that's almost identical.
Who do you think is funding this? Is it Turning Point USA, or is it IHOP? Who is giving these people money? Do y'all think it's Turning Point USA, or is it directly from IHOP? What do y'all think? I think it's Turning Point USA on this one.
And it's interesting to me to note that Tyler Robinson is not subjected to even a fraction of the public scrutiny, even though all of the evidence, literally all of the evidence, points to him. There is no evidence connecting Erika to the crime. All of it. All of the evidence we do have, every bit of it connects Tyler Robinson to it, and yet for some reason.
So let's play around for a second. Let's play around with this just for a second. I'm just going to share a little bit of evidence that would show you that it wasn't Tyler Robinson. It may not have been him. It may have been maybe. I'm not saying Erika Kirk pulled the trigger. I'm not saying that. I never said Erika Kirk actually did it. But there are a lot of different ways that we can look at this. So let's start with this. Just a little bit.
Weird that UVU was renovating the courtyard where Charlie Kirk was assassinated only a few days after the fact. Then how a UVU official addressed this, saying that it wasn't an attempt to cover up anything, that the paving work was already on the calendar as part of a planned campus renovation. Well, it turns out that UVU was reaching out to construction companies on Saturday, September 13th, only 3 days after the assassination. Text messages were obtained by Project Constitution via a GRAMA request, which allows the public to request access to government records, including state universities. Now, the names are redacted, but it shows that as early as Saturday, September 13th, they were looking to paver the whole area, and that the guys in the construction company were en route to do that. And this one's weird. Maybe that would be good. My guys are well trained in keeping quiet. Why do they need to be quiet? The exchange goes on to say that the university wants to get rid of all of the sod. The contractor asking if there's anybody on site that they should coordinate with, and someone responding, just get her done. Thank you. Usually a renovation like this would have to go through approvals and funding, not to mention it was a crime scene. Plus, if this was previously planned, would you need to be asking all of these questions, including making design decisions?
Right.
So you have to wonder, how did they get this approval? And who gave it to them, and why? As always, I want to hear what you think about all of this down below.
Here's another example right here. Whoa. I got to take the music out. I don't know about this music. So check this out. You got 1, 2, 3. All right. So what I want y'all to look at is the hand signals. So check out the hand signals right here. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Hey guys, okay.
So maybe that is a sign that Tyler Robinson didn't do it. Maybe. I don't know. Let's go to something else. We're just going down memory lane, just Nice little walk down memory lane. That's all. That's all. This right here is absolutely hilarious.
Weird. She won the first time she was a beauty queen. No one thought that it was weird. She ran an orphanage when she was 17. Oh God, that's not weird. Is that why I was in Romania? Is that why his funeral looked like WrestleMania? Isn't it weird? I guess that hug looks sexual. Oh God, that pat on the back, the kiss is consensual. Oh, isn't it a little weird that both of them don't look sad at all? And is that why the funeral looked more like a ritual? Isn't it weird that she worships?
Look, she worships like a demon. Look at this. They want to call Candace a demon, but look at how this woman is standing, y'all. Look at how she's standing. She's literally standing like a demon.
Isn't it weird that she worships?
Who stands like this?
Like a demon, I think it's weird. That's the same stance. A vampire appears and it causes fear in me. It looks like the exorcism's B-roll. Is Charlie Kirk buried in a stadium? Because they burn under a steeple. Isn't it weird that Christianity now feels demonic? I think it's weird that they won't let any of us be honest. I think it's weird that this is exactly what Charlie wanted a wife to perform at his funeral in front of a crowd of warmongers. White warmongers. I think it's weird. This is the only time we've seen her crying. Isn't it weird that we all know she's lying? Isn't it weird? Because that's what normal people would hide it. And I think it's weird that all my videos on the crime scene disappeared. I think someone has an eye on me this year. I'll try and post one of these videos about the crime scene later once everything gets cleared off. You know what I mean? Have a nice day. Huh? Isn't this weird?
All right. I don't know, but I'm not going to play that. I'm not going to play that. All right. Quick commercial break, and then I'm going to play the Scooby-Doo song. Quick commercial break, then I'm going to play the Scooby-Doo song. Do not go anywhere.
That we got along better.
All right, y'all was talking about AI. These are real people right here.
If you had one wish involving us, what would it be? That we got along better. Okay. The day that you told me, like, I was so happy for you. My mindset toward you completely changed. I think after you had her, you realized, like, how hard it is to be a mom.
Real people playing the game with the mother and the daughter.
If you had one wish involving us, what would it be? That we got along better. Okay. The day that you told me, like, I was so happy for you. My mindset toward you completely changed. I think after you had her, you realized, like, how hard it is to be a mom. And, like, when you look back at things that maybe, like, made you mad at me, you realize, like, okay, well, that is hard.
I just bought this mother-daughter card game because I came to the realization that my issues with my mom are not resolved, so I decided to do something about it. Just played this card game with my mom, and we both literally broke down crying. Here's the card game right here. Buy it. Every woman needs this. You won't regret it.
All right, where is the Scooby-Doo song? Looking for the Scooby-Doo song. Looking for the Scooby-Doo song. I was looking for it. All right, I've seen it, and then I missed it. Hold on. You know what? I'm going to play this, and then get to the Scooby-Doo song.
Evil scumbag. She doesn't fucking deal with the shit we have to deal with. She's a piece of shit.
As we all know, Candace Owens is spinning a lot of suggestion. We can't keep spinning conspiracy theories without evidence. People are going to get hurt. People are going to get hurt. People are going to get hurt.
Everybody wanna hate Candace. 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 If you got something to say, tell it to her face. If you got something to say, tell it to her face. All of this is fake and gay, and you know it. I got all the evidence. Projecting all your guilt out on us and Candace. We just trying to solve the case, I don't understand it. Things not turning out how you planned it. We can see it in your eyes and your body language. I see all the threats that you keep sending me, but underneath the jail is where you finna be. Your band of crooked pastors in the pulpit. Every time you speak, all I hear is bullshit. Tell the truth about Charlie Kirk instead of telling me to stop. All I wanna know is which guy took the shot. I need an answer to a question only you would know. Was Charlie Kirk's life a reenactment of the Truman Show? Truman Show, Truman Show. 100,000 of us on your head tie. Please stop trying to feed us all this fed slide. Your grieving widow book tour, we ain't listening to it. And free Tyler Robinson, cause you know he didn't do it. Everybody wanna hate Candace. Everybody wanna hate Candace. Everybody wanna hate Candace. Everybody wanna hate Candace. What? Everybody wanna hate Candace. Everybody wanna hate Candace. Everybody wanna hate.
Hold on. Y'all ready for the remix?
She's betrayed us. She's doing something else. I can't believe it. This has all just been a show. Calm down, okay? What do you think happened? Well, Erika said stop, and then I was frozen for 4 hours and 30 minutes, just like.
Everybody wanna hate Candace. Everybody wanna hate Candace. Everybody wanna hate Candace. Everybody wanna hate Candace. What? Everybody wanna hate Candace. Everybody wanna hate Candace. Everybody wanna hate Candace. What? If you got something to say, tell it to her face. If you got something to say, tell it to her face. All this is fake and gay, and you know it. I got all the evidence, I'm about to show it. You projecting all your guilt out on us and Candace. We just trying to solve the case, I don't understand it. Are things not turning out how you planned it? We can see it in your eyes and your body language. I see all the threats that you keep sending me, but underneath the jail is where you finna be. Your band of crooked pastors in the pulpit. Every time you speak, all I hear is bullshit. Tell the truth about Charlie Kirk instead of telling me to stop. All I wanna know is which guy took the shot. I need an answer to a question only you would know. Was Charlie Kirk's life a reenactment of the Truman Show? Truman Show, Truman Show. 100,000 of us on your head top. Please stop trying to feed us all this fed slop. Your grieving widow book tour, we ain't listening to it. And free Tyler Robinson, cause you know he didn't do it. Everybody wanna hate Candace. Everybody wanna hate Candace. Everybody wanna hate Candace. Everybody wanna hate Candace. What? Everybody wanna hate Candace. Everybody wanna hate Candace. Everybody wanna hate Candace. What?
It feels a little fake and gay. Gotta tell you guys, it feels a little fake.
Will refuse to let that happen. No one will ever forget my husband's name, and I will make sure of it.
A few moments later.
My husband's dead. Like, I'm not trying to be morbid, but he's dead.